Well, hello, hello. Hello, hello. This is Maaike's Wellness Wednesday, and we are live. Thank you so much for all of you who are part of my group. I love seeing how many more people are joining my group. And if you don't know me very well, I am Maaike Science, and I'm really passionate about creating wellness. We live in a system that with doctors and medicine that is just taking care of sickness, and I want to change that and help you create wellness in your life. I'm not against doctors. They're there for us to bring and help us in many ways. Nevertheless, I feel that the more wellness that we create, the better we can feel and the less we have to go visit the doctor. So that is my goal for you. So thank you. Today we'll be talking about what causes anxiety and other emotions in menopause and how to manage them in 5 simple ways. So today we'll be talking about 5 simple ways, and I'll be describing a little bit about what happens in our body, especially in menopause, and what we can do about it. So as you join today, I would love for you to tell me who is joining and say hello. And if you're watching the replay, do hashtag replay. That way I know that you're watching or you're watching later, and we can interact and I can respond to your comments. So I love to do this more like as interactive. And let me see if we're live on Facebook. So let me check again. I just want to be able to see your comments. And we are live.
How to manage them. And if you're watching the replay.
Okay, there we go. Sorry. So I just like to be in control of everything, and I really like interacting with you guys. So if you are there and watching, listening, interacting, I would love to hear that. So let me know where you're coming from. So before I start talking about my topic, I wanted to share with you that the more I've learned about menopause, the more I learn about why I was struggling so much when I was in my menopause years. I really didn't know what was going on with me. I just felt different things happening, but I didn't really know if this was menopause and what it meant. But also I know and I understand how or why I came out of it so fast, because I was doing all the right things without even knowing, just wanting to improve my health, my brain. Really, I started really to tackle everything about my brain, which helped in return my body. So what I want to share with you here is all the different ways that you can start tackling your emotions and your menopause symptoms so that you can start creating better habits so that you can feel better and overcome menopause in a faster and more natural way. Does that sound something like you would like to do? I'm very passionate about habit creations. When we change our habits, we can change our entire life. And that's topic for another day. I have topics of habits. So if you want to learn more about how to create better habits, write in the comments below habits, and we will talk about that in another session. So before I share what I want to share, I just want to say that this comes from my own understanding, my learnings, my research, what I have experimented in my own body, which is the best way to learn and to create health and wellness, is to experiment in your body and see what helps you. So I'm not here to replace any medical advice, and all the recommendations that I do is again from what I have researched and felt in my own body. And also I noticed that it's really what I'm going to share with you is acting at the core level, is acting at a cellular level that really helps you, drastically helps you influence the body so that you can feel better. So these trainings that I'm giving every Wednesday are my objective or my goal for this is to help you see different perspectives of how to deal with health and how to deal with your health struggles, your challenges. And you're happy to apply any of the recommendations that I do. Again, it's under your own will, but it will help you transform the actions that you do. And more in depth, when you start changing different things, your mental starts changing, and it allows that to create new patterns so that you can create new habits and live better in the end. So that is why coaching really is very important for us to start changing the way we have been being for all these years, for 50 years or 40 plus years. We have been kind of doing things in a certain way, certain pattern, because that's our brain, how it has adjusted to our way of being. So in order to change these, you can change your food, you can use natural solutions, you can change the exercise that you're doing, you can change many things. But if we're not in line with how we're feeling, how we're thinking, how we're feeling, and how our body is working, then there's no drastic change that we're gonna have. So that is why it's important to kind of start changing things around. If you're not happy with the results that you are having right now, then just consider adding new things. If things are not still changing, then coaching might be a good suggestion for you, because you start aligning your brain, your thoughts, your feelings, and then it's when you start changing. So let's talk about one of the main causes of anxiety in menopause, and that is really what happens in our body. So we know in menopause we're having hormonal imbalances, right? Our hormone production or our reproduction system is no longer needed. Listen that again, it's no longer needed. It's like there is something in our body that is no longer needed. And in addition to the hormones that it's producing or reducing, I also understand that when we're no longer needed for something, we're kind of starting and feeling like lacking. So that's feeling of loneliness, anxiety, depression, in addition to the hormone production. So it all comes together, and the more I understand it and feel it, like, wow, it makes sense, for me at least. Is this making sense for you? If you're watching, write in the replay, yes, it makes sense that you start feeling kind of more lonely or depressed and anxious. But what happens when our reproduction system is no longer needed? There is a drop in the production of progesterone and estrogens. But the important factor here is that progesterone declines faster than the estrogen. So this causes an imbalance, and this imbalance of the hormones, the two hormones, cause anxiety. So our mission is to keep those two in balance and not let one drop more than the other. So again, everything in moderation, everything in balance. And then when our body feels a lack of something, it starts feeling like out of control. And that is the anxiety feeling that you're having. So learning what to do to come back to that balance is very, very important for you to start feeling better and to be in balance most of the time. Does this make sense? Have you felt anxiety before? If you have, write in the comments below anxiety, if you're struggling with anxiety right now, or you have felt anxiety before. So progesterone, let's talk a little bit about progesterone. Progesterone is a Zen hormone. Is that hormone that makes you feel relaxed, that helps you sleep better, that is like the chill. You feel chilled out and you feel really good. So when progesterone declines, then when it declines, we are also having difficulty with sleeping. So write in the comments below if at this stage or when you were past, you were having problems with sleeping. Maybe you don't have, maybe you're having insomnia and that is more drastic. Maybe you're just having lack of enough sleep, or you're waking up in the middle of the night. That is all caused because there is lack of production of progesterone. So this hormone is also a strong correlation with the protectors of the brain and what are called neurotransmitters, which are called GABA. So GABA is is what helps inhibit, and it's very inhibiting, it's very calming, and helps us feel chilled out. So are you understanding now? When I started learning about the brain and to heal my brain, I started eating differently. I started taking different actions for my brain, and that automatically helped me balance my hormones without even paying attention to my hormones or the menopause. I really was working towards my brain. So the more I learn it, it's like, wow, it really makes sense. It's all together. So you're feeling anxious, feeling stress, you're out of control. That is your mind, your thoughts, your anxiousness. And that is when it lets you know that your body needs something different. It needs different foods, it needs different things. So we will talk about this in a second. So just know that when your progesterone is low, then what happens? The estrogen is higher than the progesterone. So that is imbalance. And estrogen, when that is higher, that leads to overstimulation, which causes the anxiety. That's it. It's as simple as that. Estrogen is also responsible for the production of serotonin. And serotonin is our happy hormone. So if this is overreactive or underreactive, it's like it drops down, then we're feeling kind of unhappy, depressed, anxious, because estrogen is dropping. So then we need to, if you're feeling that way, you need to start adding certain foods that we'll talk about in a second. And guess what? Everything is linked together. So what causes imbalances when the serotonin levels are down? It causes imbalances in our gut, which in return causes bloating. Have you felt bloating in menopause? I was, for sure. I was really feeling bloated, and that did not feel really good. So write in the comments below if you are feeling bloated or you have felt being bloated. And that's, again, that is a reduction of the estrogen, which is causing reduction of serotonin, which is causing the bloating. And what happens is that 80% of the serotonin is created or made in the gut. So it's important to look at that. And when it shows, what it shows us is there is a lack of balance in the microbiome. So again, I was doing a lot of things to help my brain that was leading to help my microbiome, which led to help me feel better sooner. So would you like to feel better sooner without having to do all this jiggling and juggling and medications for anxiety and medications for stress and medications for gut and medications for so many other things? You can put it all together when you learn to add these simple things together. So would you like to learn how to keep these hormones in balance? And when we are able to keep this in balance, then our metabolism works better, we feel less bloated, we're able to sleep better. So all these things are important to create health, to have more energy, and to live a better quality of life. Are you with me? Are you getting the idea of how we can work together with our body? Okay, so let me share. Would you like to hear 5 things that can help you start feeling better right away. If you want to start feeling better, write in the comments below, better. And if you're watching the replay, again, say hashtag, write hashtag replay and hashtag and just comment below better. So I know that you want to start feeling better. So let's talk about number 1. What do you think is number 1 solution to start creating more balance in your hormone estrogen and production? And if you have seen my stories, if you have seen some of my posts, if you have been following me, well, I'm very big into food as medicine, and that's what we were talking last week, right? Food as medicine. Okay, so let me go back to, I just need to know that we're live. And so food as medicine. So when we eat certain foods, we help balance the hormones. So that way you know what that, when you're feeling like you're feeling unhappy or anxious, you can increase or decrease certain foods so that you can start balancing. And it's, again, it's all about experimentation. Nobody can tell you eat more of this or eat less of that if you don't test it in yourself, because maybe you will need the other way, the other thing. So it's just about trying different things. So what are the foods that can help you increase the production of progesterone? And these are some things that I absolutely love. Walnuts, which is also great for the brain. Shellfish, beans, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, kale, nuts, and parsley. All of these are part of something that I absolutely love to eat, and I eat them every day, almost every day. So that's why I felt so good so fast. So I want that for you as well, if that's something that you would like. So start eating more of these foods: walnuts, shellfish, beans, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, kale, nuts, and parsley. And what are the foods that increase the estrogen production? Those are dried fruit. These are flaxseed, sesame seed, berries, soybeans, lentils, carrots. Who does not like all these? If you have not tried any of these or some of these, what are you looking to add in your diet so that you start feeling better? Is it berries? Is it sesame seeds? Is it flaxseed? So tell me one thing that you have not eaten really consistently that could help you. So any of these, let me know in the comments. What are you going to start eating more of in order to create better health in your life? So to reduce anxiety, it's important to be very conscientious. As we add good things, we also have to be careful with the consumption of the stimulants. What are these stimulants that are also causing anxiety? And you probably know. Number 1 is sugar, processed, highly refined carbohydrates, coffee, alcohol, cigarettes. So if you're overusing these, or even at a minimal level, these can also be causing anxiety. So be careful and start reducing that consumption at the same time that you're adding more healthy food so that you feel better. So high levels of anxiety can be seen also with a thyroid that is not working properly. So when you have an overreactive gland, thyroid gland, then it is also causing lack of sleep. So check your thyroid, and you can also take care of your thyroid with healthy food, and we're gonna mention some essential oils that can help you also balance your thyroid. So if you're struggling with thyroid imbalances, just write on the comments below thyroid, and we can talk about other options that can help you with your thyroid. So that is number 1. So foods that you eat can help you balance your hormone production, and that way you feel better. Number 2, and that of course reduces anxiety. Number 2, to reduce and manage your emotions, is improving the quality of your sleep. So what happens when you're having bad quality of sleep or disruptive nights, your body is not able to be healing. It's not able to produce the amount of hormones that it needs to help all your body systems work functionally and appropriate. Like it doesn't allow your body to function properly. So sleep is very, very important. And that's another thing that I was not really very conscientious back in my menopause years. So that's why I was feeling so fatigued and so brain fog, because I was not sleeping enough. But I was doing all the right things for food, but I was not sleeping. So I was lacking, so I was out of balance. So now I know how important it is to sleep your 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and also good quality of sleep. If those 8 hours or 10 hours are interrupted, then you're not getting enough good quality sleep. So sometimes, even though we're eating right, when we're eating better, we're creating better health in our day, so our nervous system relaxes and we're able to sleep better. But sometimes we still need some helpers. And again, I like everything that is natural. So I started using essential oils when I started in menopause, and those helped me very, very well to help me with menopause symptoms. But for today, we're talking about anxiety and stress and sleep and digestion. So there's very simple ways that essential oils that can help you with that. And what happens when we have an anxiety attack, we want something immediate to kind of break that pattern, our brain pattern, that we do not stay in that anxiety feeling, because it really causes exhaustion in our body, and we need something to break that pattern. So when you open a bottle of essential oil, and this is very calming, I have lavender with me. So this is one of my good friends, lavender. So you probably have heard about lavender. So you just open it and smell it. And when that happens, you feel like, oh my gosh, it opens your airways. It just changes the pattern, and your feelings and emotions change. So what we're trying to do is bring back the body in a balanced state. And essential oils help you exactly to do that. And it goes directly to your cell membranes. So it really, it helps you at a cellular level. So this is something that is really, really effective and really quickly. So some other oils that we like for calming, anxiousness, and sleep are cedarwood. So I have cedarwood right here. Who does not like woodsy smell? And a place where you can use essential oils is behind your neck and on your pulse points. So what this does really quickly is, like in 20 seconds, it penetrates the cell membrane and starts changing the chemistry in your body so that you feel more relaxed, so that you feel better. Again, we can also have wild orange. Wild orange is very calming. Or vetiver is it's a very dense oil that is very soothing. It's very, very calming, and it really helps with your brain. If you're having like anxiety attack, or you're having PTSD, or you're having, you cannot concentrate well, vetiver is really good. So essential oils can help you break your brain patterns in the moment and help you feel better. So if you want to learn more about essential oils, then I would love to write down in the comments below oils, and I would love to talk about that and more profoundly, directly with you, if this is something that you would like to incorporate. I really highly recommend, because it's peace of mind when you have tools to help you feel better with your days, bloating, inflammation, anxiety, stress, sleep, then it brings us peace and balance again. Not knowing and uncertainty is also something that causes anxiety. So we don't know what to do, then we can reduce that by little steps, right? So number 1 was food. Number 2 is sleep. Number 3 is movement. Movement can be yoga, movement can be breathing exercises. When your body is in movement, you automatically start bringing in more oxygen to your body and the brain. And that is the number one thing that we need to reduce anxiety and relax the nervous system. So in coaching, we teach a breathing exercise that is very, very simple, and we call it the 5-5-7 breathing pattern. So let me demonstrate that so that you can start incorporating that breathing pattern to your daily life. So it goes like that. You just breathe for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and when you're breathing, you're inflating your tummy, and then you hold for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we exhale for 7. When we do longer exhale than inhale, it relaxes the nervous system. And if you do this 5 times, then automatically your body is more relaxed. So we have more oxygen, we can feel better, and that takes you 2 minutes. That helps you feel better throughout your days with just that simple exercise, that you can just feel better and less stressed, so that you can absorb also the nutrition that you're eating. So try this exercise before your food. That's another thing that we teach you in my coaching program. Before you eat, because that way your body is relaxed and is ready to receive the food, so that you can absorb all the nutrition that your food is giving you. So that's another secret that is for creating health, having more energy, because then you will feel more relaxed as well. So yoga, stretching, breathing, walking, some type of movement, exercising. You want more oxygen. So that's number 3. Number 4 is sometimes we need something even higher. Let me mention RTT therapy. And that RTT, sometimes we have dealt in our life with traumatic events. And it doesn't have to be a very traumatic event, like very big, but even small things that our body, that we resent from a younger age, and we start having like recurring habits. If you're having like a recurring habit of something that you say, there I go again, I did this again, I did this, that the same way that I didn't want to do it. Have you felt this way before? If like you're constantly wanting to change some pattern, something, or a habit, and you keep going to the old pattern, to the old habit, so you're having difficulty changing. If that is your case, just write in the comments below, just so that I know that you just write trauma, like a traumatic event. What happens with the body is that the body is used to responding to certain things a certain way. And maybe it's not the right way, but it's our body only knows to do that. So we need to be able to break that pattern at a subconscious level through coaching or through RTT therapy, so that you can break that pattern and then finally be able to create a new one. And the idea for this is that when you break through that pattern, you're able to let go of that reactivity, and you're able to make space to create a new experience, which makes you feel good, which connects your energy and your emotions, that you feel better in this way. So now, instead of being a victim of the past trauma, you're now creating your future with your emotions that lead you to, okay, you want to repetition, but then you're repeating that experience that feels better. And that is also helping you reducing anxiety and create better health and wellness. So is this making sense? Are you liking this? Have you a trauma before and you're recurring on a certain pattern in your brain that you cannot stop? An example of a client, she was working with me for a very, very long time, and she was consistently like having the same, she was trying to do all these changes on these habits, and she kept going, recurring to the same action, until we did certain exercises that she started adding more to them every single day and practicing more and more. And then it kind of something one day switched, and that happens to everyone. We might take 3 months of doing something and all of a sudden we have a change, or it might be 2 weeks, or it might be a year. We don't know. But when we are able to kind of have that aha moment, is like, oh, I get this, why I'm feeling this way now, then you're able to modify your actions to feel better. So it's all about experimentation. It's all about trying new things to see what works for you. We are very individualized, and my program helps you, my coaching program really helps you tackle those individual needs so that you can improve your health and feel better with yourself, so that you can improve your quality of your life. So we're creating better feelings with the past traumatic no longer being there. And number 5, so again, food. Number 2, what did we say was number 2? Do you remember? Improve your sleep. Number 3, incorporate some kind of breathing, yoga, movement in your body. Number 4, if you have had very traumatic events, I recommend RTT or some tapping exercises. And number 5, a support group. And a support group can be, you can, when you are joining different groups of women, or doing something that you really enjoy, it helps you express your emotions, express your feelings in a healthy environment, and helps you relax your nervous system, and you reduce your anxiety. So in this case, I love to say that I am creating a new coaching group, as you have been listening. And in this group of coaching, you will start feeling much more like it's a place where you can talk about your feelings, express yourself, and just the simple coaching one-on-one. But I think there's a lot to say in a group coaching, because when you feel that somebody else is also feeling that same way, there's a resonance, and you feel heard as well, and it's very helpful. So if you want to learn more about my coaching and what I do and how I do it, just write me on the comments below, and we can connect and have a chat, and I would love to help you with that. In the meantime, I'd like to mention Louise Hay is someone that I have followed also a lot, and she says the only way to heal is to feel. And when we feel and we connect with those feelings and we're able to express those feelings, then we go to deeper healing. So that is so important. What I feel that happened, and I'm getting ahead of the time, I'm almost done here. So what happens is that, or happened to me at least, we do not talk enough about how we're feeling, our emotions, and menopause gives us an opportunity to have different aches and pains, to kind of wake us up so that we can learn more and connect. So when do you take action in life, like really conscientious? When we're in pain, it's like, oh, I need to do something to remove the pain. If not, we're not even appreciating our health when we're living in good health, right? Have you been there? It's like, how many times do you appreciate every day the health that you're having? Sometimes we don't even think about it. But when we are in pain, it's like, oh, I want my health back. Yes. Well, when you lose it, then is when you appreciate it. What would happen if we start appreciating the health that we yet don't have? Because one thing is appreciating what we already have. Another thing, very, very different, and to take you to greater kind of health, a greater life, is to appreciate what you still don't have. because then you're looking and you're attracting that. You're already looking into the future and you're creating that. So that's another topic for another day. But these are the type of things that you start creating in coaching, that you start looking at yourself, like believing that you can have the health and the energy in the body that you want in the future, so you attract more of that. And we talk about all these tools that you incorporate every day. So menopause just exasperates things so that we can start paying more attention. That's it. So hopefully this was helpful for you. If you are wanting to learn more about one topic or another, I'm really loving this process, and I hope this is being helpful for you. If you like to share this with a friend or someone, let me know, and I will be creating this video in a YouTube so that you can also share it with other women, and you can also invite other women to this group to keep on learning. And just share with me in the comments below if you went all through this training, if this was helpful. And what is one thing that you will start adding more into your life to create better health and to help you feel better? From what the 5 things that we mentioned today, are you going to add more something with food? Are you going to add an essential oil to sleep better? Are you going to do more movement? What type of movements are you going to be doing? Are you going to join a support group? What is the action that you're going to be doing to improve your health and well-being today? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be looking forward to next week for the next training. Bye for now. Thank you. Bye-bye.